you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. Oh, if you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Oh, nothing's missing. I'm it. I'm it. It's all about frequency. In the past, I thought I lost it, but the truth was always near. Every scar became a teacher. Every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing. Every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it. Show it. If you want it, grow it. Grow it. If you believe it, know it. Know. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, no. Already here. When I raise my vibration, the vision is clear. Vision is clear. Oh, if you want it, grow it. Grow. If you believe it, know it. Believe it. It's all about frequency. Oh, if you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Oh, nothing's missing. I'm it. I'm it. It's all about frequency.
Oh my goodness. Peace and greetings, everyone. Welcome on in. My goodness. I greet you with higher insight. So come on in. Let's get settled just for a moment. I want to welcome you all in. And let me just start out by saying, I miss you guys. I feel like it's been a minute since we have gotten together. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a minute. I don't know if you know this or not, but I came down with some of these ascension symptoms. And one of the things and I feel like I'm screaming. Do I sound like I'm screaming? Let me turn my mic down just a little bit. But and still kind of working through some of these. I know that I am definitely going through a recalibration. And often that happens with me throughout the years with my voice, but I haven't had it happen in a good bit. And I'm not gonna hold you. I'm kind of excited to see what harmonics Harmonics are going to come through, and what frequencies in my voice, because that is what it's doing through my voice chakra. I can feel the recalibration, the downloads that are coming in, and the information just has been so powerful, so powerful, so grounding, uh, so loving, and so expansive. And I know many of you as well are kind of going through your own sort of kind of energy at this time. But I wanted to say that because that's the reason I haven't been on. But oh my goodness, it does my spirit well. I kind of was going back and forth about whether or not I felt up to coming on to do a live. And I did, you know. I've been wanting to do it from day one, but the only thing that stopped me, not because I felt horrible, is because you couldn't barely understand. You couldn't understand my voice. Like you couldn't understand what I was saying. It was like I was speaking a whole nother language. Like literally, I was somewhere, Andromeda rising. For sure. But I want to welcome you all into chat. I am Miss Blue, the Soulful Oracle. If this is your very first time here, I want to say thank you for joining and joining us live. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. It is so good to see you guys in the building. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm not gonna stay on long. I know it is late, or at least it's late where I am. It's 11:02 Central Standard Time. But I recognize for those of you on the East Coast, it is midnight. So we are in the Sunday energy. And that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the energy for the next 2 days. Um, because this is it's not anything super, super big, but energetically, I just felt in my heart to come on, one, to connect with you, and two, just to let you know, what this frequency is. And I'm sure that you have been picking it up. Thank you all for tuning in from all over. We got North Carolina in the building. Who got snow? Because for those of us who are in the US, we have some big weather things coming. Some of the things that we've talked about at the beginning of this year. And someone else is talking about not feeling well, horrible cough. Yes, 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 yes. This is the recalibration of the body catching up with all the work that you've been doing. So during this time, we definitely need to be drinking plenty of water, which I got 2 cups here. I came equipped tonight. Been drinking a lot of fluids, getting a lot of rest, and eating some good soup. Um, and just allowing my mind to float, just kind of floats and just kind of go along, so and staying warm while also, getting outside and getting some of this beautiful sunlight as well too. But that's why you guys haven't heard it from me. But I want to say welcome on into the building. We have some things that we're going to talk about. Do me a favor. I need you guys to help me tonight. Tonight, I need the soul family to help me. No more than an hour and a half. Please don't let me stay no longer than an hour and a half. Um, because I got Sunday to go through, and then Monday, um, I have some things I have to do on Monday. Um, so no more, because your girl needs to be up and ready, and I need to be good. So I need y'all to keep the time for us. I don't know if you all know this. And yes, I'm going to be all over the place because I just feel like we're doing a real, just kind of a video FaceTime chat. Um, oh, Sheila, listen, I was just thinking about you today. Um, yes, please do. Okay, please do. So I want to tell you guys this. The other night, I don't even remember, like the days are blending together. Last week, had an amazing, wonderful time on in the Oracle's house on Clubhouse. Amazing. I don't even know how many hours I spent there. But honestly, I really feel because we did kind of an all-nighter to the next day to like Sunday afternoon, and everyone was there. Oh, Sheila was there. Brittany Vise was there. Bridget was there, Griffin was there, Michelle was there. Like, don't come for me if I don't name you because it was so many people who came through there. Ghetto Physics 777 was there. We had Journey to stop through. We had so many people stop through, and it was so beautiful. I don't even know what time the room ended up closing. But there were some powerful things that came through. And honestly, I think that this recalibration catch up would have been and I kid you not, it would have been so much more worse. Listen at me. Had I not spent that time in the Oracle's house with the Soul family. Yeah. I know y'all thought I was going to say the opposite, but no, no, no. That did the body good. That did my mind, that did my soul good. We had a nice room and we just had so much fun laughing, talking, answering questions. It wasn't anything heavy. We had fun. We had new people stop by, people visit, people came in and out. Yes, and Michelle was there, of course. Of course, but it was so beautiful. I literally because I was feeling I could feel it coming down. So I had already um been taking extra vitamins, doing like the extra little shots, doing some extra little stretches, moving my body, meditating, and just preparing for the calibration, not stopping it, but really opening up. And that allowed me to be in a state of non resistance, of complete non resistance, of the realizations that have come in, things that I kind of been going back and forth, like many of you, like decisions I need to make in my personal life, right? Decisions I needed to make when it came to the work that I do and how I'm doing it, looking forward to things to come, right? But most importantly, doing my whole reflection of 2025. I honestly will tell you, no lie, had I not had that chance to express, to laugh, to talk, shed a couple of tears, to have those heartfelt moments, to listen intensely, to hear others talk and share and express their thoughts, their ideas, and what they're working on and things they're doing. And just to have that, priceless. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because we are moving into this energy even deeper because there's layers of this energy and we're moving into this energy in deeper spots where many of you, the position that you're holding in your life at this time with the people around you, it's elevating. And so while the world is letting us know that we're coming to a pivotal time where history can either repeat itself in a very, very horrible way, or history can repeat itself in ways we could never imagine. The deciding factor is you. And I'm not talking about you like just some random people because there's 8 billion people on the planet. I'm talking about you. If you're listening to this message, you hear my voice, you are the determining factor. because some of the things that's coming back up at this time, I was listening to some things and doing some research, and they were talking about, this is the time where people um end up joining cults, and they reference some things that happened back in the day. And they were saying all kinds of things, which I have no problem with any of that. All of that I am in agreement with, right? And they were talking about some of the horrible things that happen, when people get into sort of these isolated groups, or get into these things. And we all know that that can be very much true too. But also, one of the things that I discovered while just researching, looking at it from a astrological point of view, and oh, look, it's 11:11. Looking at it from an astrological point of view, and also looking at it from a historical point of view, as well as looking at it from a numerology point of view, and just and looking at it from the Akashic records point of view, right? And a very expansive point of view. And what I seen was all of that is possible. But then there's something else that's possible that, many of us hold true in our hearts, is that we are here and we are different. We are here and we have a different understanding than perhaps our ancestors did, the world did, us in a past life did. We have a totally different understanding, where in fact, one of the predictions I made a couple of years ago, and I noted it in my 2025, which by the way, 2026 predictions are coming, and I'm super excited to drop that, and I'll do that soon. I'm not rushing to drop that. There's a few more things I want to just kind of get a little bit more clarity on, before I share that with you all. But definitely, it is good things coming, right? And what I want you to know, it's not good things coming because Miss Blue said good things are coming, or because astrology says good things are coming, um, or because the numbers say good things are coming. It's good things coming because you know there are good things coming, and you have to know that. It's important that you understand that we are moving more into the energy of sovereignty. That 2026, it's not just speaking to new beginnings, it's speaking to sovereignty, right? And with sovereignty energy comes power, comes power. And so, for those of us who have taken the position, and I know that you're here, and you have this innate ability of this calling that's inside of you. And this has nothing to do with anyone's religion, your spiritual background, but this is something inside of you that wants to be of service, to be able to enter into a space, a place, a connection, and bring something of value. And at the same time, you are on a quest for your own self mastery. And that's where we are right now. See, because when you're on the quest for your own self mastery, it supersedes anything that we utilize in this dimension, and that goes beyond religion, spirituality, schools of thought. That goes beyond, that is beyond the beyond, when you're on that quest of self mastery, because that keeps you out of the lower energy and the vibrations. It keeps you with spiritual integrity. It keeps you in a system that honors yourself and honors anything you come into connection with. I can't have self mastery if I'm not giving self mastery to everything I engage with. And I say all of that to say, and I'm not going to go into this tonight, but 2026. And by the way, so many of you have asked me, you've emailed and you've asked me about will there be a futuristic activation? Of course, we've had one. I think I started in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and there's a 2025, and we're about to close out. And I'm so excited for everyone who participated in the futuristic activation collective because that's the only word I can come up with. But yes, we are going to be having super too, but we're going to be having a futuristic activation 2026. Yes. And yes, it's going to be anchored in self mastery. And I'm so excited. But more details about that. I just want you to know that that is coming. But this is one of the reasons for the next 2 days, just a touch in. I don't think it's going to be anything for us that we cannot handle, but I want this to be a reminder to us and for the energy. And since your girl kind of missed the rest of this week, we just going to do Monday and Tuesday, and then, Sunday and Monday. And, we'll pick up during the week. Um, let me, where's my manners? Tonight, I am ringing the bell for everyone who is self invested. And that's going to include everyone. If you're here, if you're stumbling upon this message, whether it's the first time, second time, or the thousandth time, it doesn't matter. You are self invested because you would not be here if you were not self invested. And then I want to give some honorable mentions. One to everyone who was a part of the Futuristic Activation Collective for 2025. Know that the December energy report is out and live. So you can check that out for the entire month of December. And I just want to give a big, big shout out to them because they have been putting in the work since the beginning of the year. And I could not be more honored to have been a part of this journey that started in January, and we're going to be closing it out in December. And then also to the All About Frequency graduates of the class who are doing amazing, by the way. Oracle kisses to everyone in the All About Frequency class and the work that they have taken and added to everything that they are doing, being, and showing up for in the world. Sending them so much love, as well as to the divine priestess who are doing their work, sending them so much love and light as well. And also, dang, it's so many. Andromeda rising. I think the world is catching up with us. And by the way, one of the hot topics, I'm going to get into my Wendy Williams bag here. One of the hot topics for 2026 predictions we will talk about is going to be New York. And it's going to bring some more light about me seeing the Statue of Liberty and Andromeda rising. There are some forces out there that are seeing this from another direction, and someone hit me up like out of left field and said, wait a minute, look at this, check this out. And I'm thinking about the work you did with the Statue of Liberty. And someone else had a version of that. They sent me the screenshot of the Statue of Liberty, but it had fire on the top. And I'm not talking about the flame. And I haven't fully dove into it, but I think it's just so interesting that how ahead of the game we are when it comes to tapping into this energy. And so, shouts out to everyone with Andromeda Rising and to all of the groups and the Octorians and all of this energy that we have been connected to and the work that we've been doing and all of it, absolutely all of it. Now, also, Astro Wave 2026. Let me ring the bell. Astro Wave 2026, one to grow on. Definitely one to grow on with the Astro Wave 2026. And I definitely hope you all are I had something here, but I'm trying to figure out where it is. But I definitely want you all to check that out. And if you have not checked it out, it is definitely something that can be very, very useful for you because we have some subtle energy that is moving through the cosmos here and moving at a high rate of speed. I want to give a big shout out to all the moderators in the building. First and foremost, shouts out to Lola Falana. Want to send her so much love. I don't know if she's in the building tonight, but want to send her so much love. And also to Brother Lance. Want to send him so much love. And also to Mr. Dante as well, who always is helping out along with all of you um, superstars that's in the blue room here and all of the soul family. And you guys keep letting me know where you're checking in. Remember, I'm on a time thing. Let me let me gather myself. So let me gather myself so I can keep going. And then the other thing that I have to ring the bell for, which this, whoo, self-love is the new shadow work class. And this is another one. Life-changing. And I'm speaking from me, as well as you can always go back and you can read the reviews of those who are partaking into this, but it's been life-changing for me. And to be able to really put this work out into the world, um, they say that dark matter is growing in space. They say it's growing, and they don't know, like science and quantum physics. They can't figure out. It's like dark matter just keeps growing, right? And it's interesting how we measure dark matter, and even just understanding that energy, it just comes across in a different kind of way. And to know that we now have tools that we can navigate what we call shadows, the hidden parts of us, because we are a whole constellation within ourselves. These are some things that our teachers before us taught. Brother Bobby Hemmett dove into this very deeply. You understand? So we do have these shadows parts of ourselves, and it's not about running from them. It's not about hiding it. It's not about shoving it down. It's not about pushing it aside. It's not about pretending it's not happening. That's not what it's about, because we know these are the things that is causing the illnesses on the planet, the mental disturbances and the war and the friction, and the even in some cases causing poverty and even other bad habits that are unhealthy for the mind, for the body, spirit, and even the collective connection. But it's about recognizing within those shadows, there are gems, baby. There are diamonds. There are crystals, there are crystals in the shadows. And just like a miner, and you can think of this like Ursa Minor, the constellation in the Milky Way galaxy. like miners. We are diving into the darkness, not afraid, but with love. And within that, we are discovering all of the gems. We are discovering all of the goodness. We are discovering all of the sparkly things that bring more light, right? I won't go into this too much, but the more that you dive into that, self love is the new shadow work. This is the way you become more crystalline. It's how we are crystallizing our DNA, our RNA. We have the possibilities, but these things need alchemy to take place. And the alchemy is that internal work that if a soul chooses, because you don't have to do anything, you can stay here and nothing is really required. That's one of the perks about growing up on planet Earth. You don't really have to do anything. It's free will. So yeah. So that is what's to come. So congratulations to all of you and everyone. And thank you all so much for all the love and everyone who's reached out to check in on me. It means so much to me as well. But that's one of the reasons I opened up. And I know it's a little late, but I opened this space because the energy at this hour, it's a lot softer. It's a little bit more honest. It's a little bit more revealing at this time. And tonight, I want to tune into the frequency unfolding between Sunday and Monday because the next 48 hours are not casual. Okay. There's a very real shift that is moving through the collective. And I want you to understand it with clarity, with peace, and with presence. Yeah. hmm hmm And right now, depending on where you are in the world, the energy right now feels like a quiet doorway opening. It's a pull towards truth. It's hmm, kind of a gentle pressure, you know, that's inviting you. It's inviting you. And I want you to write this word down. It's going to seem a little trivial, but trust me on this to release what you have outgrown, to release what you have truly outgrown. Now, I want you to know it's not loud what's happening right now. It's subtle. But one thing you can rest assured, oh, the shit is powerful. It is powerful. You know, we are moving, we are moving towards an energetic threshold. And I want you to write this date down. It's going to be the 8th, which is Monday. And it's a small window. And so that's why I want to tell you ahead of time. It's a small window. And so this is about you thinking about release what I've outgrown. You know how sometimes you say, oh, I'm past that. Oh, I ain't doing that no more. Make sure you know what that is. Make sure you know what you've outgrown, what habit, what thoughts, what behaviors. You know, it may be some shadows that's coming up. And I'm going to tell you this, and I speak to you honestly. See what resonates with you. But 99% of it, for 99% of us, It's not real. The fear is coming up to test you. Have you outgrown that? Have you really outgrown that? I want to welcome Lola Falana in the building. Good to see you, Lola. Good to see you, Lola. Yeah, good to see you, Lola. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, Queen. Queen Tella Carter. Welcome on in. Welcome everyone on in. Welcome on in. So I want you to know that. And so I'm speaking of the intensity. And I want you to also know I'm talking about awakening. I'm talking about alignment. And I'm talking about your soul stepping forward with more certainty than before. Yeah. So tonight, I just want to share what this window is asking of you. And I'm talking about how to navigate Sunday and how to move through Monday and how to meet the shift that rises on the 8th. That's what I'm talking about, you know? So, yeah. So, whew, all right, let's talk about Sunday because Sunday is sort of a soul sorting day. And many of you already are just kind of planning this energy. You probably already said, it's Sunday reset. I'm going to get in that bedroom. I'm going to wash those sheets and, I'm going to fluff them pillows. I'm going to change out my comforter set. I see some of you doing some of that. I'm going to get in that bathroom. I'm going to do all of these different things. Like you guys are already on it, but it's a Sunday sorting. Now, because the energy that's coming through, Sunday carries a frequency of a gentle revelation. You're going to have some revelations on Sunday. So make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you got pen. You got you some note cards and some paper. You got you some sticky notes. You got you some things so you can begin to write them down. You don't want to miss these downloads coming in. It's going to be beautiful, just absolutely beautiful, right? And so it's going to bring forward things inside of you that are ready to be seen, not to overwhelm you, but to free you. And that ain't always some easy stuff, okay? And so here are some of the things you may notice. There may be a very strong, and I feel this right now, it may even be a very strong emotional truth rising. And some of you already know what this is. You feel it. You've caught a whim of it already. But there's some emotional truths that are rising to the surface. Sudden intuitive insights that come in, real quick. You know how something just go by you real quick? If you have children, you know what I'm talking about. You ever been standing there and see one of your kids just run down the hallway real quick and you kind of turn and nothing is there? That kind of quick. Or you can remember when you were a child and if you had stairs in your house and you was late coming in, you run up them steps real quick and you just see a little glimpse. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So you're going to feel that. You're going to feel a pull to slow down and to really listen. and to go inward. That's going to be your intuition coming in because remember, everything is sort of kind of getting an upgrade. Because if you're here, you've done the work. Remember, downloads are one thing, but the upload, the upgrades, is where the work comes in. When you can activate what has been downloads. You know how many times my computer has told me I'm due for a download. Right now it says, "Hey, we got to they call it an upgrade, but it's really a download because before you can get the upgrade, what do you have to do? You have to download it on your computer. There it is. You have to download it on your computer before you can actually get the upgrade. And so it works the same way. Just because you get downloads, yeah, that's nice. But are you doing the work so you can upload those downloads, which is called the alchemy? So you're going to feel this pull to slow down and to really, really, and I'm talking about really listen, you know? A sense that your inner world is just kind of shifting and moving itself around. Your body is going to be speaking to you, and you're going to hear it clear, very clear. You're just going to have to go inward for this. So, Sunday is, like I said, it's a soul sorting day. And it invites you to acknowledge what your energy, baby, already decided to release. So I say that with an air of caution. Don't get tricked out of your spot. Okay. That sounds sweet the way I just gave it to you, but let me just give it to you in a language I think most of us can also understand and appreciate. Don't get tricked out of your spot because there's something you already know you must release person, place, or thing, a thought, a behavior, addiction, a bad habit. Don't get tricked out of your spot. And when I say your spot, I'm talking about what is to come, what you're working towards, all the work you have done, and exactly where you are right now on your path in your journey. Don't get tricked out of your spot. Don't let one moment in time. Isn't that Whitney that sings One Moment in Time? Don't let one moment in time change your timeline that you have put so much T in time, energy, and attention. And so now that's Sunday. Now, Monday, just go ahead and write note to self. Monday is realignment. But I don't want you to think that this is going to be a flowing energy, like it's just going to flow like Sunday and flow. No, Monday holds a very, very different vibration. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Expect the unexpected. If you know you got to be somewhere at 10 o'clock, I need you to go ahead and say, I'm going to be there at 9. I'm going to be there at 9. I don't care that it's around the corner. I don't care if it's up the street. I'm going to be there early, way ahead of time. Prepare Sunday night for Monday. Expect the unexpected. And you're doing most of this not because I think anything traumatic or over the top is going to happen to you, but so you can be prepared for the atmosphere you're stepping into and you don't get shook off your square. You can, what they say, you can bob and move. You can bob and move. You can dive and dip. You're going to be able to, you're going to be able to dodge and dodge. You're going to be able to do, some real moves. In the Matrix, just think about, you know how they do that, always do that slow motion where he's going back. Yeah, you're going to be able to do that because Monday holds a very different vibration. Think of it this way: if Sunday shows you the truth, then Monday strengthens your ability to move into it. Mhm, that part. Sunday is going to show you the truth, and Monday is going to give you the ability to move into that truth. Okay. And this is where clarity actually becomes direction. And you don't allow yourself to tussle. You know how you tussle with something or tussle with somebody? You know, the elders used to say that. They was over there tussling. They was over there tussling. Yeah, you don't want to be out here tussling. In most places it's too cold. You don't want to be tussling. Okay? So here's some things to note. On Monday, you may feel a shift in your willpower. You may feel that. Somebody may try to push the button. You're going to feel stronger boundaries. You're going to feel stronger boundaries. You're going to feel like, ooh, I got, we lock and load. So the best thing to do for boundaries is to set them ahead of time. No matter what happens, I'm going to check in with me first. Before I respond, before I jump, before I say something, I'm going to check in with me first. Now, stronger boundaries. You're also going to have a clearer sense of what actually supports your growth. I don't know. Like maybe when it's all over, you're going to be like, you know what? The soul family, Ms.Blue, they support my growth because, boy, if I had not heard this, it might have been on and popping. No, I'm just teasing. But you will have a clearer sense of what actually supports your growth, because that's what we're all doing. We are really all just growing up on planet Earth. And when you're growing up, believe it or not, a saying I've been saying for over 2 decades, you have to be responsible for growing up on planet Earth. I love it when these comments come in. Oh, Miss Blue, you, Brother Bobby, and Brother Panic had a huge impact on my life since the days of talk radio. Thank you so much. I am still doing the work. Wonderful, Dwayne. Good to have you in the building. Always. Always. And shouts out to Brother Bobby and Ashe and blessings to Brother Panic as well. Always, always. So, also, there is going to be a desire. And I think someone brought this up in class, and self love is the new shadow work, that this was one of their themes coming up for them was desire. And that was a lot of what we talked about in class. It was about desire. But you're going to feel a desire to, I said amplify, not amplify, correction, simplify your energy, to simplify, not amplify. You don't need to do that. Simplify your energy. You're going to feel that desire. You are. These are some of the things that you will begin to feel, to simplify. So I want you to know, think of it in a metaphoric way like this. If Sunday opens the window, then Monday lets the fresh air move through your life. That part. Okay. And so the 8th, which is Monday, that's a threshold day, or at least that's what I'm calling it. And I want you to be gently aware of that energy that's coming in on the 8th, which is the Monday. And this energy is all about alignment. It's not a day of fear, but it is a day where your clarity catches up with your courage, baby. Whoo, your clarity is going to catch up with your courage. And so the 8th acts like a hinge in the collective field because it's where the old frequency release and new understandings lock into place, and your soul steps forward, and your resistance steps back. And I want you to take that in. This is your soul stepping forward, and resistance is going to be taking a step back. Because this threshold is going to amplify whatever you've been preparing for internally. So we are preparing here now for love. We're preparing here for light, more clarity, more understanding, more of who we are to come forward, and to letting go, you know, self-sabotaging thoughts and actions and behaviors. And we're stepping forward into more authenticity and more realization and more power and understanding and love, and definitely more self-love and compassion and courage altogether. So yeah, that was my message. Where we at? We at exactly 52 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. So we did a good thing here. We did a very good thing. And so if you all have a few questions, uh I can take a few questions. But I wanted to come on number 1, and I wanted to touch base with you all and just kind of give you sort of the insight of those things that are coming for the next 2 days. You know, whenever we think about 8, it is the number of infinity. And it is, you know, also connected to abundance. You know, and abundance, of course, you guys know, um, it's not just about money, it's about health. It's about mental clarity. It's about community. You know, it's about wellness, right? And I'm talking about wellness throughout your life, and not just health in your physical body, health in your finances, health in your relationships, you know, health in the work that you're doing, like all across the board, like it's connected to everything. And so this is a beautiful time, and that's how I want us to see it. That we have the courage to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be understood, um, and to stand in our power and our light, and to use our multisensory abilities, and to be of service. You know, all of those things together. I want to welcome everyone on into the live. I will take some questions if we have questions. If no questions, you know, I'm cool. I'm good with it. You know, we can make this a short live, but I also want to invite you, if anything, absolutely anything has moved you here, helped you, assist you here tonight, you would consider liking, hyping this video up, as well as subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are subscribed, you would think about, maybe think about um subscribing, and double check and make sure you're still subscribed, because sometimes, you know, things happen. Sometimes things happen. Okay. All right. So how we looking? How we looking? Okay, all right. I got to go to Lola. I have to go to Lola because uh, Lola says Princess Fula has a question for Miss Blue. Okay. Um, Let me go back and see where Princess Fula is. I think I can go back. Let me see. Um, okay. Can you give a few examples of how we can expand our consciousness? Yes. Quite honestly, everything that I speak to you all about is a way that you can expand your consciousness. But let me give you some if you were just thinking about expanding your consciousness, one of the ways that you could I just had something. Oh, one of the ways that you can immediately start to expand your consciousness is to begin to, when you're thinking about making a decision or taking an action, that you don't just stop with what your mind comes up with. Now, I will tell you, the mind is a powerful tool, and most of us have access to the genius inside of our minds. Actually, we all do. We just don't use it. But the mind is limited to what it can do. So, one of the ways to expand your consciousness is to, one, you can do this with something of the past. Let me not be too wordy because we ain't got that much time and I can be wordy. Um, is to think about a situation or something that happened to you in the past. And this isn't about excusing it, but really getting curious. Hmm. Getting curious and just exploring it from a different angle. And instead of doing uh, things in your day to day life from the perception of, I need to go to the grocery store and I need to do this, get curious. I wonder what I should eat for dinner. I'm getting curious. You want to open up the portal or open up the area of curiosity because that'll be easier for you to expand your consciousness and tap into your higher self. That is where your intuition is. And then your higher self will step in and give you possibilities that your mind could never thought of. And even when there's things that challenge you, what if you got curious instead of immediately pissed off or angry? What if you got curious about it and expand your mind and say, let me see how I can think of this in a different way? And really start to challenge yourself in your life to see, how can I expand the way I see the world, the way I see myself, the way I understand the way things are happening in my life? How can I see the world different? You have to expand your consciousness. Truth be told, I use the word, and in the past, I have used to use the word spirituality a lot. I don't use it as much because I don't really feel like we're on a spiritual journey. We're on a journey of expansion. And this is what the 3 Eye Atlas is all about. We've had to expand our consciousness beyond anything that we thought could be imaginable. So expand your consciousness. And here's the power. When you can expand your consciousness into something out of fear, because remember, if we think about the hierarchy of emotions, fear is one of the lowest ones. Get out of fear. Expand your consciousness, practice with things in your day-to-day life of getting out of your fear, getting out of that and getting into a higher state of consciousness. You will see the world completely different. You will move in the world completely different. Yeah. So hopefully that answered your question. I knew I could go so many different ways that way, But that's how you expand your consciousness, and it starts with you. I personally feel it starts with self love. And the foundation of that self love is deeply, deeply rooted in how you speak to yourself. So, that is, if you wanted a power move in expanding your consciousness, talk to yourself different. Speak to yourself different. How you see yourself, how you understand yourself, not in a totally delusional way, but in a loving and profound way. A loving and profound way. Being your best and greatest hype person, seeing yourself in that way. When I speak to myself, I speak to myself. You are such a loving and kind and compassionate person. I love the way you put yourself first, and I love the way you treat others in your life. You are the best. You are simply the best. You are doing amazing. Talk to yourself like that. Talk to yourself in that kind of way instead of constantly the player hater, which is a part of the conscious mind that we let take over ourselves. Yeah. Who is next, Lola Falana? New Diamond is next. Okay, no question. Wow. Okay. I just want to say I saw your unicorn symbol, the woman in the blanket. Oh, wow. And the crow and the 144. Oh, you've seen them all. You've been putting down, and it has made its way to me ever since I brought them up. Amazing. Thank you so much. Powerful. All right. Let's go to New Diamond. Please let me know your question, New Diamond, or I'm going to be strolling. Let me see if I can stroll and find it. Here it is. Here is New Diamond. New Diamond says, um, yeah, hidden treasures, seen them all. New Diamond says, do my spirit guides have any message for me? Let's see. I'm sure, is there anything that you want to know? Mm, hmm Actually, your spirit guides do. I don't know if I can draw this out because I can't draw. Quiet as it's kept. Let me see if I can draw it out. I don't think I can draw it, New Diamond. Okay. But I'm gonna do my best, okay? I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. Hold on, I'm almost done. Mm, how you spell that? Okay. 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 I think this is good enough. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. You see that? Can you see it? If my camera would, come on. Okay. There we go. You see it? All right. That's you. So this is what your guides are saying. Your guides are saying that there is so many temptations for you right now to break a discipline. And that you are doing an amazing job because they know that you are doing your best not to fall back into some of these old habits. And they want you to continue. They want you to continue to focus on building a better future for yourself. a better future for yourself. And interesting enough, this is coming up, which by the way, I want to talk about that too. This is coming up a house. So I feel like there is a desire to own some sort of property, and I see some sort of land. And even on this land, for whatever reason, I see that like it's already built out with lots of trees, and it has this roadway, and then behind this roadway, there's other houses, but there's like some sort of stream or something with water close by. And so this is what your guides are saying, that even though you're doing something now that doesn't seem like it's connected to that, it is. And so, they're just trying to cheer you on so you don't fall back into bad habits, because whatever this is that you're trying to um not allow the temptation, it is going to be a testament of your self-discipline on a different level than what you're doing it for. Like you're going to see it come in so many different ways. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. That's you to you, New Diamond. In case you didn't realize, that's you. That's the house. That's the land. That's all that. That's you. Which, yeah, that's you. That's you. So there you go. There you go. And also, did I tell you guys the story? I have to remember where I told this story at. Did I tell you guys the story about the channel that came through? With one of the Soul family members. I feel like we had this conversation. Did we have this conversation? Yes, no, maybe so. Did I tell you guys the story about and correct me if I'm wrong, Barb Marley's manager, famous soccer player? I made a video about an ancestor coming through, and I wasn't sure who the ancestor was. Turns out it was someone in the Soul family. Did I was that here? Or did we talk about this in class? I have to talk about this really quick. And then you all were here to witness when New Diamond brought that channel through, and we were engaging, and I was telling her what I was picking up. And right after that, Ethiopia had that earthquake that happened, and California had those things to go on. The volcano erupted in Ethiopia. I know it happened on Clubhouse, but I thought I came back and full circled here. No, we didn't talk about that. Nobody know what I'm talking. I mean, I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about, but y'all don't. Y'all don't know. Okay, we don't have that kind of time. I got 30 minutes. Remind me, we'll do a story time. We'll talk about that one. Let's keep going. Who has the next question? Next question is Divine Diva. Divine Diva is next. Okay, I didn't talk about it here. Okay, if we have time, I will definitely talk about it. All right. Okay. Y'all got some good questions. So I'm going to speed up. I'm going to speed up because I did tell you guys. So Divine Diva, I'm trying to find Divine Diva's question. It's so many. Divine Diva, do me a favor. Please put your question back. And so no, I didn't tell y'all about Bar Marley's manager came through in a channel. Well, I didn't know that's who he was, but I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, I'll talk about it. Yeah. Um Divine Diva, if you're still here, please put your question. You guys put the question in there because it's going to take me too long. Okay, we're going to go to the next person. All right, let's go to Heart Healer. Please get your question ready, Divine Diva. I know it's sort of a delay, so I'm going to give it a minute. We got a few minutes. I'm going to try to get to it. Okay, let's go here. All right. Hello, Miss Blue. I want to know if I'm doing the right things to be and stay aligned. And I want to say thank you for the Cash App. Oh, thank you, New Diamond. Thank you for the Cash App. I wonder why my little chime didn't go off. Y'all know that used to trip me out. That tripped me out. That tripped me out so bad. I was on Brother Rich's show, and that I had never knew that thing was even possible like that. It tripped me out. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see if you're doing the right things. Let's see if you're doing the right things to be and stay aligned. Okay. So, answer if you can see that yes and no. So, first of all, I want you to know yes, you're doing the right things to stay aligned. But I want you to know that you have got to get out of your head. Because one thing about you, when you're focused and you can do it. It's too easy for you. But then you start to get in your head way too much. And so I want you to practice hanging out in the lower half of your body and staying in the lower half of your body. And I also want you to give yourself the date that spirit is telling me is to wait until the 12th, because there is a conversation, heart healer queen, that you want to have with someone, that you need to have with someone. This isn't the time. Now, there may seem like there's going to be times that present itself that come up, and I'm not telling you not to do it. You're always free to do whatever you want, but I think you need to wait until the 12th, because by the time you get to the 12th, you're gonna realize something that you did. You said how you truly feel, and you're gonna get that finally missing piece. Because one thing I want to tell you, there's no real such thing as staying aligned. No such thing. But I understand what you're saying. We become aligned and then things happen and we realign. So you're doing the right thing, but stay out of your head. There's a conversation, but there is some things that will be revealed to you, and you will get those revealed things. It will definitely happen in this window. Chances are it may happen on the 8th. Okay. That's it. We just gonna we gonna breathe. We gonna inhale. We gonna exhale. We gonna gather all the pieces. We nobody move. Nobody get hurt. We just gonna let it all come in, and we gonna let it all settle. And you're gonna get the clarity you need, because one thing about you, when you get the clarity, you will make that decision. There will be no regrets. There will be no holding back. There will be none of that. You will be clear, and then you're just going to enter into another beautiful level. And one of the things that spirit is taking me back to, and I don't know why this is coming up, but I want you to go back to 2011, because I feel like some of this same energy type theme type maybe feelings So because I'm looking at your aura as I'm speaking and it's kind of like warping like this, but something with 2011, that was a year that was filled with beautiful things and exciting things going on, but then there were also some challenging things at that time. And I don't want you to go back and dive into all of that, but just think about that feeling and then think about once everything was over, how you felt. It's not going to be the same theme, but those emotions and those feelings is how clear you're going to be. 2011, 2012, 2013, you was clear, 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 clear. You was clear. You was clear. And this is where you're going. Only another level up from that clearing. So there you go. Yep, that's what I got. That's what I got for you. Yep, yep, yep. Who is next? And we're watching the time here. Watching the time here. Divine warrior. Who is next? You're so welcome. But it's going to be wonderful. It don't feel like it right now, but it is. So it's going to be wonderful. Just give it some time. Just give it some time. Um Divine Warrior is next. Okay. Okay. Divine Warrior. Here we go. All right. I've started my self-discovery journey. Congratulations. But I feel so unfocused. Congratulations. And I'll tell you why I'm not making fun. Almost like something is blocking me from going deeper. Is it something outside of me or inside of me? Well, it's never something outside of you. But when you say you're starting your self discovery journey, um, here's one of the things I want to give you, and I want you to take note of this. It starts with self love. And I'm not going to say that there might not be blocks there because you do have some challenging things that has occurred in your life, and most of it has come through relationships, right? And mm, wow. And a pivotal mark is going to be around the age 12, 13. So I want you to just be mindful that self discovery is not a destination. It really is an elevation. And I think, and I called you divine warrior, but your name is actually divinity warrior. But I want you to think about it this way. I want you to start with self love because once you can tap into your own self love, those other things that seem like blocks, you will have the steps to climb above it. So focus on loving yourself and see what it feels like to fall in love with you. I know you have warrior there because you feel like you've had to fight. I immediately seen the color purple. You've been fighting, you've been warring your whole life. And so when we start to go within and self discovery, we are surrendering. And so you're getting into your feminine energy and learning how to surrender, to stop the fighting, to stop the warring, and to go within and recognize that the power is there. The power is there. And so this is, mhm, yeah, you had to fight, and purple is in your chart. Beautiful. Purple is a beautiful color. I love purple. It's also the color of royalty, right? Not just the wounded warrior, because that's also purple too. So, what your soul is asking for is the way that you are used to moving forward in life. It doesn't work anymore. Now it's time to surrender. But you're not surrendering to something outside of yourself, you're surrendering to yourself. And so I would invite you, really, for the next 6 months, to fall madly and passionately in love with you and honor how you love yourself every single day. And that foundation, if you want to build a solid foundation of self love, it's how do you feel when you're alone, when it's just you with your thoughts, with your body, and with your energy. Can you love yourself? Can you love your mind? Can you love your body? Can you love your feelings? And are they in a reflection of how you truly feel about you? And then do gentle recorrections. When your mind starts to wonder about someone else or something else, bring the focus back to you and start upgrading the way you speak to yourself. Because eventually, what you're being asked is to get a new story. I've had to fight. Purple is heavy in my chart. The warrior. You're being asked to get a new story. What if you didn't have to fight? What if things were coming to you with grace and ease? And what if that purple has been elevated to its highest evolution? You know, the amethyst crystal is one of the highest vibrational crystals on the planet. And guess what color it is? It's purple. It has ultraviolet light. Bees hum to this frequency. They can see ultraviolet light. It's a very elevated frequency. It's a frequency of transmutation. It's a frequency of elevation. It takes you into the higher realms of joy. And that's what I want you to work on. Can you find joy? And what makes you happy? Start right there with your self-discovery. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see who's next. There you go, Divinity Warrior. And I want to say thank you. Is this to Bruce Wayne? Let me see. I want to say thank you to Bruce Wayne for the super chat donation. And also thank you to Divine Diva for the super chat donations. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you both. Yeah, that's going to keep the lights on a couple more days around here. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome, Divinity Warrior. You're so welcome. All right, Lola Falana, who is next? Kelly B is next. All right, Kelly B. Kelly B. Kelly B. Where is Kelly B? Okay, we got to keep we got like a few minutes. Are there any messages for me at this time? Okay. Let me pull one out the hat. You guys remember what I told you. Let me know. Y'all know that song? Let me know. I can't do it because y'all know right now my voice is calibrating, but I can hit that note. Let me know. Y'all know that song. Yeah, thank you, Lola. Let's see if there's any messages at this time. Hmm, 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 hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try to draw it. I'm gonna try, Kelly. Now, I don't want nobody saying nothing to me because I can't draw. Okay. uh, uh, uh. Okay. I'm gonna just try to do that. Okay. Okay. Can you? Okay, stay with me. Stay with me, Kelly. Can you see that? Can y'all see that? Can you see that, Kelly? That's you, Kelly. That's you. That that's you. Oh, good. My voice sounds clear. Good. Yeah, I love the work. I love the work. The work is curing me here. All right, Kelly. So this is what your guides are saying. At there is something, okay, and we don't have enough time to get into it right now, but right now there is a decision that you want to make. There's something you want to do, but quite frankly, you're just scared to take that leap of faith. Um, you feel at times overwhelmed. And I get the sense that this has to do with work. And at times, even relationships where you feel sort of trapped and sort of overwhelmed. Like there's something overwhelming you. Um, and you're looking for something to escape. And this seems to be more energetically and mentally than it is physically, if that makes sense. Like there is times that everything may be going well or seemingly well, but you want to escape. You want to find somewhere for Kelly to go, for Kelly to escape to, for Kelly to do something. And you are hesitating, your guides are saying, and you're just not taking that leap of faith. And here's what they want you to know: surrender to that thought, and what it is will come to you. You're not getting the clarity because you're afraid to say, I'm overwhelmed. I feel like I'm trapped. I just want to escape. I just want peace. I just want something to bring me peace. Mhm. And sometimes this bond that you have with this person is so strong. Sometimes it's too hard to understand. Like you don't know how to communicate that in that way. Um, surrender to it. Surrender to it. Start getting curious. See if there's a class or something you can take, or a book you can get lost in. And particularly, I would say for you to read a fantasy book, because just that is what you energetically need to get the freedom to escape more mentally and energetically, it's going to open up your world physically. But this is where you need to escape. I would say watch something, but often that gets you. I want something you can do in burst. 5 minutes, maybe audiobook, something of a good story, but let it be a fictionary story with a beautiful ending, one that takes you on a journey, something that's away and very contrast and different than anything you're interested in, but something that will captivate you so your mind can have the opportunity to flex. And that's all you really need. And I guarantee you, after doing that for about a week or even shorter, you're going to be able to see the pauses and be able to then take the leap of faith into organizing. I feel like your whole life needs to be reorganized at this time. And um, interesting enough, I see an agreement coming in, and it's not coming down, so it's not legal. This would be something like some sort of work, some sort of project, some sort of work, something to do with work, meaning you exchange time for payment. You may get some sort of job offer or an opportunity to work on a project or to do something. It's going to kind of seem like it's coming out of the blue, but I feel like somebody is going to reach out to you, ask you if you're interested in it or something. And that's going to be a big shift for you. Now, that can happen from now. And I don't know. I just kind of go down. So this could be 6 or 7 months out, but you need to find a way to get that break, to get that peace. But if you do it energetically, it's gonna assist you in showing up in it in real time, in real time. So yeah, so let me know. But that's what your guides are here to do. Your guides are here to do to help you. They want you to take that leap of faith. So affirm to yourself as you're falling to sleep that you're ready to take the leap, that you are ready to take the leap. And it's going to be pretty powerful. This leap. And I'm getting my warning. I know. Okay, we got the 2-minute warning. You guys, we got a 2-minute warning. Thank you for that, new diamond. 2-minute warning, you guys. So I bet not push it. I bet not push the button. Here's what I want you all to do. Put your questions in the comment section after the show. And I will do my due diligence to answer them afterwards. How about that? Let's see if we can do that. Put your questions there, okay? In the comment section after the show. And I'm going to answer as many questions in the comment section as I can. I'll come back and I'll answer that. So I want you all to know classes are coming. I have classes for this winter session coming up. Yes, the Futuristic Activation 2026 will be happening. I'm going to get Divine Diva before. Let me get Divine Diva because you did have a question. You was a little there. I'm having trouble at work. People at work are conspiring against me. What should I do about my job situation? So, 2 things I want you to remember. Hold on, Hold on, Divine Diva. Hold on, Divine Diva. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Hold on, let me see if I can draw it out. Okay. So here's the thing I want you to know. Hopefully you can see that. That's you, and that's the people at work. And so here's the truth. There are people at work that are conspiring against you. That is the truth. But I don't want you to run from that. I want you to confront that. Not all of their concerns are true, but the truth is there is a part of you that kind of don't want to be there. And so I want to give this to you on an energetic term. There's a part of you that don't want to be there. And this is sort of feeding that energy. So what I want you to do is I want you to be able to confront this situation and do it in a way um, where you can stand in your power. And so you can own what is going on, not to stay silent and not to just see it happening and do nothing, but really be able to confront it. You understand it's happening, confront it. But I want you to gather and put facts together, not what you're picking up, because some of that is correct and some of that is not correct. And so I also want you to be clear about how you feel about this work you're doing anyway. Just be honest. I'm not telling you to leave the job or just quit the job, but be honest because that's going to open you up so you can see what's going on. And then I want you to make some real strides that because I feel like this is one of the persons is someone who is in charge of you or is a supervisor or something over you. And I feel like this particular person um, is one of the main ones. I want you to confront that and also ask to have it be shown to you what needs to be done. And you make sure that you are checking those boxes and getting it done. Again, I want you, and the date I'm hearing for you is the 16th. Interesting enough, I'm just looking at Divine Diva here and it says 1166. The 16th. Know that you're going to get more clarity. But I also want you to check yourself first, too, because there's a part of you that's kind of giving them ammunition against you. I know it can be frustrating when you can tell people are saying things, doing things, and these kinds of things. But that's where we step into our self mastery and we make sure that we are dotting the I's and crossing the T's. That means if I have to be at work at 7, I'm going to be there at 6:40. I'm not coming through the door at 6:55, 59 and trying to argue that I'm on time. So eliminate those things so that you can get the clarity, but call your power back because conspiring against you, it can mean something and nothing. It only means something if you're not willing to confront it. And so your first position is to confront it. Okay, I understand that this is happening. I'm willing to confront this. I'm not just going to go home and talk about, I know what they doing. I know what they trying to do. I see what they do. No, 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 no. We're going to confront this. We're going to bring it all to the table. But I'm going to make sure that I have dotted my I's and crossed my T's. I'm standing on my square. And like I said, give it a couple of more days, but make sure, prior to that, that you get your house in order. You get things in order. Everything at work, your workstation, everything that you have, if there is something, a way you're supposed to show up, everything in order. And then begin to ask questions. And I think that's what you're not doing enough. Ask questions. Don't let someone tell you this is not right. Ask them to show you how to do it. And then ask them, watch me do it. So you can make sure I know how to do it. So they're not just watching you, you're watching them. That's how you're going to handle this situation. So there you go. Good luck to you, darling. Everything's going to be okay if you're willing to confront this. And I know you are. You're willing to confront this and do the right thing. Do the right thing and confront this. Yeah. Hmm. All right. Well, listen, listen. Are y'all still behind? Y'all still behind? No? Y'all still behind or no? Y'all caught up with me? So I also want to invite you all. Oh, let me keep going. Okay. So the futuristic, the futuristic activation 2026 will be happening. And like I said earlier, I will be sharing that a little later. Okay. Um, hmm. Don't forget, Astrowave is available. Um, I think Lola Falana put the link in the room. Let me put that up. You can go here. And also, if you're still interested in Self Love is the New Shadow Work, even though that class we're in, we're getting ready to be in week 8. I can't believe that on Monday. Um, but yeah, it's beautiful. So as you move through Sunday and Monday and into that threshold, which is going to be on the 8th, please give yourself permission. Permission, number 1, to slow down. And sometimes slowing down just means being prepared. So you're not rushing, so you're not driving fast and running late for work or not running late for an appointment. You're not rushing. To slow down, to breathe, give yourself permission to listen. You know, your energy is already shifting and your soul already knows the way. You don't have to tell your soul the way. And you're not preparing for this change. You are the change. You're the change. And so, yeah, I just want to say thank you all for being with me here tonight. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. This has been really, really fun. And I'm glad that we can come on. Okay, Kelly. I see you, Kelly B. Thank you, Kelly B. And I don't know if Divine Diva came back on, but I want to thank Divine Diva too for her questions. Matter of fact, everyone for their questions. Every single one. Oh, the message about Barb Marley's manager. Whew, y'all trying to get me in trouble. This what we gonna do. We gonna save that. We're gonna save that because that's a story that I need to get real intense. And if I do it, everything, Etta, we gonna be here a minute. We're gonna be here a minute. But everyone who was in the Oracle's house got a chance to witness it in real time. But on my second channel, I had got a channel back in October sometime and it was a spirit that was coming through and I put the message out there. This is long story short. I'm not going to go into it. And I just told everybody, whoever came across the video, if they know who this person is, let me know. Because normally when I get a channel like that, I can figure out who the person is. And I mean, I done got some pretty ancient channels, from Tupac to Biggie Smalls, to Ida B. Wells, to Francis Cresswell. See, I done got a lot of channels, put it that way. And I could figure out who the person was. I couldn't figure out who this person was, and I didn't know. And then I was in Clubhouse, and the person showed up in the Oracle's house. And Griffin was doing something. And you guys know Griffin's part of the Still family. He's been connected with me and my work for a long time. Griffin was over there doing something, and it triggered something. And I knew that this soul was not from America, but I was feeling like they were from somewhere, but I could see a flag, but I couldn't tell where the flag was. I couldn't instantly place them in Jamaica. It was weird. It was weird, weird, weird. Um, and I heard Barb Marley playing low in the background. But at the time, I just thought maybe I'm getting in my head because just because Barb Marley music plays, it doesn't mean um that the person's from Jamaica. So Spirit just they led me to ask Bridget. So I said, Bridget, let me ask you a question. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I started telling them. And long story short, Bridget said, first she told me someone's name. She said, I think I know who it is. And she said the name. And I said, well, I don't know because I don't know that person. That wasn't even nothing I came up with. I'm always going to be completely transparent. Now, I am a evidential mediumship and I brought through a lot of evidence, but I did not get a name or some sort of occupation. I got key specific things about this person and their life. But the picture didn't form. So I just put it out. And I want to say that's the first time that I know it's the first time I've ever made a video and did it, but it's the first time I think I've ever done one single channel that way. But long story short, his wife and daughter came and verified the whole channel. And it was such a blessing for all of us that was in on Clubhouse that night in the Oracle's house. Like I literally was in tears. It was such an unbelievable, life changing, forever for me blessing of how that channel came through because I could not even tell you. This is why I tell you guys if you stay open, you can let God, the universe, the Most High surprise you. It blew me away. Blew me away. If you would have told me I'm gonna be on Clubhouse and I would get that answer, I I I I just was lost. I was lost for I was lost for words. I had no words. And we all witnessed it. And who knows? Maybe we'll get to do a show with them because it's such a powerful unfolding. And when she told me who he was, now let me take you back just a little bit more. And Michelle said it correctly. It was magical. First of all, the reason, and here's what's crazy. I didn't even bring it here to y'all, soul family, because this is how far removed I thought this channel was. So I put it on my other YouTube channel, the new channel. So I'm thinking this is got to be somebody because I'm not getting anything like who this person was. I didn't have an answer. So when Bridget started saying, oh, I think it's this person, and she said, yeah, I think it's, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna fit. I need to. I hope we can get in contact with them, and to know that these is a part of our soul family. Like this mother and daughter had been following me for a while. She's been listening to us for a while. In fact, Bridget let me know that they were the ones who introduced her to me. And then for the wife to not only tell me after I tell her everything, she says, You're so spot on. It was very emotional, but very, yeah, magical at the same time. She said, because she verified all of the channel I gave her. And then, and those facts are just mind blown. But then she told me, I said, normally when a spirit comes to me, if they are somebody, because I knew this person was somebody only because of what they were showing me, but I didn't know where or what, because sometimes spirits will come to me and everybody's somebody. Let me clarify that. And I'll tell you what I mean. Like they could have been a pillar in their family. So they will come through like a celebrity, like what I see in my mind's eye, like a celebrity, because they are famous, they are influential, they are a connecting piece to their family. And that means everything. Sometimes that shows me, spirit is showing me that because it shows the intensity of how much this person was loved in their family and how much their family loved them. So I didn't think immediately like, oh, this is somebody famous. The other thing, they kept giving me a number. And I kept thinking, because I think to this day I'm haunted by this. When I missed the channel when Michael Jackson came through to me to let me know that Whitney Houston was about to pass. And I have that's been a clutch for me. And I said, I will never do that again because I got in my mind so much that I totally misunderstood the channel and thought Michael Jackson was telling me to go to Houston, Texas. I can laugh about it now, but after that, I promised myself I do a lot of work to stay out of my mind because that channel right there blew my mind. And when I'm on my way in the middle of the night with my daughter in the back seat, with her face frowned up, saying, we got to get to Houston. And my son calls me to tell me, Mom, I don't know if you know, but Whitney Houston just passed. And that's when it all came through because I was getting dressed to go to Houston. And I had a clear quartz crystal that was a heart. It jumped off my counter, bounced on my tile floor, bounced in my bathtub, and split into pieces like someone took a hammer and bammed it. I took that as hurry up and get to Houston. So I get in my car and we are rushing down the highway to get to Houston, Texas. And the whole time, Michael was trying to tell me, Whitney Houston. But I was so in my head because Michael Jackson's show, This Is It, was performing in Houston, Texas. I thought this is where doing too much research can lead you wrong on the channel. That he was telling me I have to get to Houston, but he was giving me heads up about Whitney Houston. Long story. So I didn't want to do that with this channel. I just knew whoever this person was, they made an impact on the people around them. That's what I thought. And I said, you know what? Maybe Blue, maybe it is somebody famous. You don't know them, but very well known. So document it because maybe they haven't passed. And like the Whitney Houston, maybe they're going to pass and you can put it out there. And I did. And I did. But yeah, so we'll do story time. if you all are interested in it, and I'll see if I can even maybe get the family. I don't know how much they'll talk about it, but I mean, I'm sure they're open to what we discussed and to talk about it. But yeah, yeah, it was so magical and life changing for me. Life changing. You do this work not for accolades, but when I could hear his wife and I could hear the relief she told us she felt and how she needed that sort of closure, something that could get you out of your mind when something of this nature happens to someone you dearly love. And you can get something that very few people know. And some of the things no one knows but you and him, to get that kind of closure. That's healing. That's what real soul healing is about. And that, to me, is some of the most grateful work that I do. Um, I take great joy and pleasure in that, and being able to offer people closure, healing, to let all of us know that our loved ones do live beyond these physical bodies, you know? So yeah, it was beyond powerful. Yeah, you know, I am excited to know that it was somebody connected to me. And then, you know, she told me something that ultimately blew my mind afterwards, because normally, this is what I was going to say, souls don't come to me um like if I'm out and about, I can see souls, and I kind of let them know when they can bother me and when they can't. When I'm not interested in doing it, I'm not out shopping and you just gonna tap me and tell me to go. That happens a few times, like a couple of times in HEB. Always great portals there for me. A couple of times at the bank. That's another place they get me. So sometimes, but I don't do that when I'm out and about, unless it's like an emergency. Couple of times at restaurant, one time on an airplane, which was mind blowing. We'll have to do stories one time. But anywho, so I was wondering why I was wondering, why would this soul come to me with this message? And I said to me, I'm going to put it out there because that's what he wanted. He wanted me to put his message out to the world. And because I have this platform, I put it out there. I didn't even bring it here. So once I did it, I I'm not going to say it went away and I didn't think about it anymore, but I didn't think about it anymore until I said Griffin was over there doing some sort of magic. Griffin's magical too. He was doing something, and it sparked, and then he showed up. And I was like, "Oh, I thought I was asking the question to Griffin, but I asked Bridget, and I know why now. Because I was thinking Bridget was from another island. I didn't know she was from Jamaica too, or had connections with Jamaica. Because again, I thought I was in my head, because very low in the background, like very, very low. I can't even explain how low, like a low whisper. I could hear Bob Marley music playing in the background. So that's why I kind of bypassed Griffin and I went to Bridget, which I know I was led there. And that's how it all unfolded. And then when his wife told me she would send shows and send it to him and he would listen. And so it made sense, like why he would have come to me. Because I'm thinking, we don't have, like, I don't know who you are. So the only thing I can do, which is what he wanted me to do, was to just put it out into the world. Imagine that. Yeah. Real story, guys. Real story around here. But I got a lot of them. But this one is the first that has caught me, where I was just, I don't know who you are. I don't know this dance you doing. I, you know, I, I don't know. Yeah. So we'll talk about that another time, but we are at 2 hours, but we're okay because remember, we're gonna talk to ourselves with love this week and we're gonna give ourselves space and grace and all of that. And we're just gonna open up the energy. So yeah, we are exactly at 2 hours. But again, you guys, if you have questions that I did not get to, you can put the questions in the comment section underneath the show. And I will definitely do my best to answer those questions. And we can keep the comment section going. Divinity Warrior says, "I'd love to hear more stories again." Okay, we'll do that. We'll have story time. We'll have story time, and I'll have to get those stories out and share them with you guys. Some of you guys over the years now, that whole Whitney Houston one. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think. Yeah, me and Brother Panic are me and Brother Panic on that one? Or maybe me and Brother Bilal is on that one. But I have that recording that like right after we did a show. And maybe I'll do a replay and you guys can hear so I don't have to go back through the whole story. But thank you for the super chat donation, you guys. Thank you. But yeah, that's a real thing. So that whole thing with Whitney Houston, it kind of leveled up my multi-sensory abilities and me getting out of my head. Because when I tell you I was on the fast track headed to Houston, Texas, you couldn't tell me nothing, honey. I knew I got that channel right. I knew I got that channel right. I also another channel I messed up, but we're closing out now. The other channel I messed up was right before Kanye West's mother passed away. And that one me and Brother Panic did do a show about. So maybe I'll pull those two out the archives and we'll dive back into that. But I misunderstood. Well, I didn't misunderstand what was happening. I misunderstood what she wanted me to do. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, I was zooming to Houston, me and baby Blue in the car, and she had the gas face like, "Mom." And soon as my son called me and I realized the channel, I'm trying to think of where I was. I was probably not to the halfway mark to Houston yet, but I turned around and came on back home because I realized you misunderstood. And Michael had that look like, that's what I was trying to tell you. But, you just kept going. Michael Jackson said, I got to go to Houston. Got to go to Houston. I got to get a hotel. We got to go. We got to pack. We got to get out of here. We got to go to Houston. We got to go see that show in Houston. We got to go to Houston. We got to leave tonight. We got to leave tonight. We got to go. We got to go. We got to get on the road. We got to hurry up. We got to just throw some things in the bag. We got to go. She was like, Mom, I got to go to school tomorrow. Forget about school. We got to get to Houston. It's crazy. Crazy. Yes, we all do it. I am infinity. Listen, we all do it. We all do it. So that's why I'm always so hard on you guys about getting out your mind and learning how to drop down in your body. Not that it's going to be perfect all the time, but so we don't run away with half of a download in the wrong direction. Because trust me, it's happened with more things than I probably care to remember. But yeah, all right. So listen, this is going to do it. I love you all so much. Thanks to everyone for the Cash App. Thank you for the super chat donation. All of those things are so greatly, 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 greatly honored. Honored. And soon, and I'll let you know, we'll do our 2025 official closeout show. so we can kind of wrap this up and get ourselves ready. You know, mhm, ready, because we ready. We ready to just take that next leap uh, into greater, beautiful, more loving, more powerful, and divine states of being. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing, and oh, I didn't, maybe you missed it, Lola. I am. I've been working for the last 3 months on the 2026 prediction show, like I did last year. Even though come in clutch, we need to do a whole review because 2025 prediction show, I don't know about y'all, but it helped me navigate, baby, navigate this year. And still is. Am I going to go live on Monday? Well, Monday, I have class Monday night, but I'm not going to say no to it, Mr. MVP, Mr. VIP. I ain't going to say no to it. I'm staying open. So I don't know. Maybe I will need to, maybe I will have some live news to come back. Maybe we'll need to go live. We'll go live. Uh, so I definitely will stay open to it. I sure will. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and 2024 predictions. Yeah. Is still hitting. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, I forgot. I have been doing those prediction shows for a minute now. So, yeah. Welcome on in, you guys. So, look, we're going to get out of here because if I don't, y'all know I'll keep running my mouth. Oh, Sheila must have left because she said she was going to get me. But thank you to everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for bringing your beautiful divine energy. Drop the questions in the comment section. Oracle promise is I'm going to go back in there and answer as many as I can get to. I will see you all in the frequency. And we gonna do our thing out here in these cosmic streets. Let's have an amazing, incredible yeah, week. Yeah, days, right? Hours, moments. And yeah, I love you all.
Yeah. If you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Nothing's missing. I'm it. It's all about frequency. In the past, I thought I lost it, but the truth was always near. Every scar became a teacher. Every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing. Every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it, show it. If you want it, grow it, grow. If you leave it, know it, know. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match.